What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you be in the loop. Going in, fam. I'll let a couple hundred more of you guys jump in first. We're about to have a spirited discussion. Yeah. And I got something else for y'all later today too, fam. After this, I think I'm gonna go live twice today. Got something after this too. And I'll just say that it involves Kevin Samuels. All right. What's up, Lord? Tony Baker, what's up? Kevin Cowell, what it do? What it do? Louisville, Kentucky in the building. Dale, I see you. I see you. Rob Nice, what up? Radical Brian, what it do, Radical Brian? Anthony Dubs say RIP to the Godfather. D. Singleton, Birmingham, Alabama, checking in. I see you, Sean. David Rogers in the building. Tulsa, Oklahoma. H-Town, Kevin Lanier, what's up? Frisco, Texas. Kyle Fitz. Mrs. Cherry, what's up, Mrs. Cherry? You better be sweet. Ernesto Ward, what's up, Ernesto? San Diego, C. Zach, what's up, C. Zach? I'm going in, fam. Going in. Kevin Samuels, who is known for dishing out relationship advice, was found dead. Well, he wasn't found dead, but he was reported dead on yesterday after being found unresponsive by paramedics and a failed CPR attempt by a person whom he reportedly had just met. And, you know, she, this woman said that she had just met Kevin the night before and she spent the night with him. And he woke up complaining about chest pains. And he, she said she attempted to help him and he just fell. He collapsed on her, is what she said. Now, you take that how you want it, but that was the verbiage that she used. She said he collapsed on her. And so she called 911. The paramedics came out. They tried to save his life, but to no avail. And Kevin Samuels, you know, a guy who was very provocative, very controversial, who had a meteoric rise to stardom, just like that, was no longer with us. Now, perhaps one of the most, I would say one of the saddest things about this whole situation is that his mother had to find out through social media. That was cold-blooded. Imagine, fam, your child dies and you find out through rumors on social media. People are talking on social media. His mom, whose name is Beverly Samuels Birch, learned about his passing on social media. Her words. That was a terrible thing for social media to put out. I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. She said that in a statement. Now, I do believe that there's a lot of people. In fact, I know a lot of people out there are praying for the family, but there's a number of people that they don't care nothing about that. They're not praying for the family. In fact, that was people, obviously, from the comments that I've seen on social media that was praying for his death. And they are celebrating his death. Some people, what trips me out is that, fam, if you don't like somebody and you wish death on them, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some people I don't like, and hey, man, they get what they get. But don't try to, tiptoe around it or act like God said God had something to do with it, you know, like, well, I'm not saying I'm glad he died, but God has a way of showing us and da da da. Man, if it was that simple, I mean, don't you think that Black people would have gotten favor by now? Because I'm gonna tell you something, fam, straight up. Black people are some of the most resilient, God-fearing, God-loving, God-obeying people in the universe. So, hey, man, if you're gonna, put God in the discussion, you know, that really don't add up. You gonna take Kevin, but George Zimmerman still alive? That don't make sense to me. You gonna take Kevin, but Charles Barkley still with us? That don't add up to me. Not at all. Charles Barkley, one of the most tap dancing, spineless dudes in the universe. So the Atlanta Police Department, they got a call regarding a person injured. And when they arrived at Kevin's apartment, the first responders were already performing CPR on Kevin Samuels. Again, there was a woman present in the apartment at the time of the incident. And allegedly, Kevin began complaining of chest pains. The woman asked if he needed assistance just before he collapsed. So he meets a woman and she spends the night. She spends the night at his house, at his apartment. The next morning, he complains of chest pains and he dies. Anything is possible, fam. Anything is possible. But these type of things, especially when you consider how wicked people are. I'm not saying that this woman did anything. I'm not saying that was foul play involved, but I do believe that all stones must be turned over to find out what's going on. This man's mother, make of him what you will. But like I said, put yourself in that position where your mother find out about your death on social media. This social media thing, it's a blessing and a curse. I can't say that I would rather us not have social media, because if not for social media, then mainstream media continues to control the narrative 100%. Like, before social media came along, mainstream America totally controlled the narrative on what we talked about, on how we felt about certain situations. They totally controlled the narrative. They were able to manipulate, brainwash, program everybody. Social media came along, and then for better or worse, you had people putting out ideas about how Black people felt, uh, from relationships to business to politics. You know, it gave people a voice. It gave people a voice to control, Black people a voice to control their own narrative. And so even somebody like Kevin's reason why Kevin blew up was not because he was, uh, you know, hating on Black women or talking bad about Black women. The reason why Kevin blew up because Kevin had a backbone. That's why he blew up. And I'm gonna tell you something. I do know a number of women who hate Kevin, but equally, I know a number of women who loves Kevin. And I'm talking about women who he criticized, who he made take a hard look at themselves and their life and what they wanted out of life, and he brought them back down to earth. This is not something this is not my opinion. This is what women told me personally. Women have told me he brought me back down to earth. That's what he told me. That's what these women told me. I know a whole lot of women. Y'all know y'all know I love y'all for real. I love y'all for real. But the man did something that not a lot of people who have large platforms would do. And that's go against the grain. Going against the grain is not pacifying women. You know, most of these dudes out here, y'all know what I'm talking about, ladies. Look at all these dudes out here with these relationship books be kissing ass. All they do is kiss up. Look at all these dudes out here with these shows. They just be kissing ass, just kissing ass. And a lot of them, they won't tell women what they need to hear. They'll tell them what they want to hear. They don't, and all of it is just to sell books, to get views, to get likes. They really don't care about women like that. They act like they care so they can get to the bag. But Kevin, you know, he spoke his truth. The thing about what the dude was saying was that if it didn't apply to you, you really didn't have to like be offended by it, because there was plenty of times where if a woman had her stuff together, he gave her credit. He acknowledged it. And keep in mind, he gave men the same kind of lashing. Men got it too. The dude was an equal opportunity insulter. He just, you know, an equal opportunity criticizer, you know, an equal opportunity advocate, helper. So that's what I appreciated about it. The dude had a backbone, whether you liked him, you know, or not. The dude had a backbone, and a lot of these dudes out here, they ain't got no backbone, and that's why they out here asking for permission to run their household, asking for permission to be a man. I've heard so many dudes on social media say, "Well, she won't let me be a man." Not just social media, but just on talk shows and all kinds of stuff. She won't let me be a man. She won't let me lead. I'm a natural born leader. I'm a man. It's like, I don't need permission to be a man, to be the man of my household. That's why, this is why a lot of cats get ran over. You got to go and ask a woman, does a woman ask for permission to be a woman? I've never heard a woman say, he won't let me be a woman. He won't let me be the woman of the house. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Anyway, fam, I just wanted to speak on that. And the lesson here for me, right here, if you look at the title about, you know, his mom, is that I really do believe that we have to be cognizant of the damage that we do on social media when there's a situation where somebody is dead and we jump the gun to put that information out there. I think we got to really like consider the family, you know, like no matter what you might think of that person or whatever, the person got family, right? that love them. And I think the family got a right to get that news first. I think the family have a right to confirm, for that news to reach the family first before we start jumping out there and talking about these stories. Uh, you know, the family needs to know. The family has to confirm this is what happened, this is what's going on first. That's why I didn't run my story until I heard about that I heard from uh, uh, the uh, the family as far as like confirming the death. I heard about something may have happened to him. That's why I said I don't believe it. And then actually midway through my broadcast, I got the news that the mother had confirmed that, yeah, he was gone. So anyway, fam, going into the comments. Nicole D, what up? April G Showers. Chantel Porter, what it do? The Black Audacity. The Black Audacity says Black men have been in shackles for centuries and need to worry about that instead of women. No, I disagree. I think we all need to worry about each other. You see? Yeah, I get what you're trying to say is take care of yourself first. I got that. I agree with that. Take care of yourself first. Get your own stuff together first. And then you worry about somebody else, because it's like riding that airplane, put the mask on yourself first in case of an emergency. Right, I get you with that. But we do need to worry about each other. And that's the problem. Like, we have not been worrying about each other. We've all been out here going for self, worrying about self, playing an individual game of 5-on-5 basketball. You see, that's the problem. That's the problem right there, that individualism attitude. That's the problem. When you think as a cohesive unit, you're going to move stronger. Look at this finger. Do your finger like this, fam. Put your finger up like this. And put this finger up. You see this finger? Look how, flimsy this is, right? The same thing here. See how I easily move this? If I try to poke something with this finger, you know what I'm saying? I might jam this thing up, right? Somebody grab any one of these fingers and just break them easily. But what happens if I do this? You see, that's what I'm talking about right there. That family, that unity, that fist. You see, we're much stronger together than we are apart. This is what y'all got to understand. All of this individualism shit, I can do bad by myself. I'm all by myself. That's true. You can't do bad all by yourself. And I'm not saying that anybody should settle. But your goal should be to be together. Because we were made for each other. We wasn't made for ourselves. Human beings were made to be together. You dig? Like, men were made for women. Women were made for men. All this shit y'all hearing out here, that's why y'all so confused. That's why everybody all off. And everybody that's acting like they ain't confused and like they got it all together, they're the main ones suffering. The ones who talk the most shit about what they don't need and how they can do it all by themselves, they're the ones who suffering the most. That's right. We need each other. I would never, ever, ever turn my back on women. There ain't a woman out there alive that can make me turn my back on women. Can make me turn my back specifically on a Black woman. There ain't a woman out there alive. And I've been in many relationships. Shit, I messed up some, got messed over on some. But I ain't no quitter. I'm gonna jump right back on the horse and ride that bad boy. Because that's what you do. You know, all is fair in love and war, and love don't love nobody. So if you jump out there and you play the game and you get hurt, you get injured, you get back up and you try it again. Or if you don't want to try it no more, don't try it no more. Be done with it. But don't be going into no new relationship with your toxicity. Like if you're gonna be real with it, be real with it. You hate men for real, hate men for real. Hate your brother, hate your daddy, hate your son. If you're gonna hate men, hate them all. Don't ask for nothing from us. Don't ask for no money, no sex, no protection, nothing. Same thing with men. You hate women for real? You hate women that much? Make sure you hate your mama. Make sure you put your mama and your sister and your daughter on that list. Make sure that you don't ask for no sex whatsoever. You hate women that much. Because something tells me if you really hate women, I can't see myself wanting to get on top of a woman and get pleasure from something that I hate. That's a sickness. You got to be sick to have that type of mentality. See, I don't like Stacey Dash at all. Candace Owens, they some sick individuals to me. I could not ever imagine myself ever getting excited about one of them. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. This us against them, this black man against the black woman shit got to stop. It ain't going nowhere. Anybody that's promoting it, that, you know, you're going backwards. And I'm gonna tell you, Kevin did not promote black men against black women. That's not what he did. He was critical of black men and black women. And he told everybody to get their stuff together. The women just took it more personal. The women just lashed out about it more. But men took it on the chin. They got it. That's videos. That's more videos with Kevin critiquing men than critiquing women. The critiquing the women is just what blew him up. So he started doing that more. But he was killing men for years. And you never heard of Kevin Samuels. But when he went against the grain, you know, and he was critiquing women too. But what happened is that one of his videos caught on fire. And then another one caught on fire, then another one, and one of the videos where he was critiquing women caught on fire. And that's what contributed to his meteoric rise. So he started, oh, this is what they want. This is what works. So I'm just going to do this more often. And that's what happened. But he was on men's head for years. And you never heard anything out there about Kevin Samuels. Because what he was talking about wasn't fitting the narrative. Somebody said, whoa, 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 whoa. He said something about women. Hold on, wait a minute. He's telling women that, you know, they got to be held accountable. They got to be responsible. Oh, wait. You can't do that. And then he started blowing up. And I admit, fam, yeah, you know, Kevin had some ways, you know, sometimes he was really, you know, he was rude, you know, he had some of that. But I tend to think a lot of that was more so for entertainment, because the first time he did it, he was rude. People like that kind of stuff. You know, it's certain people like that kind of stuff. You see it happening, it works. You know what? Let me do this a little bit more. You know, they looking for me to do something like that. So let me do that, you know. But Kevin was not a misogynist. You know, I've been seeing that, and all you news outlets out there, y'all should be ashamed of your damn selves putting that in the titles, talking about misogynist Kevin Samuels. Because Kevin Samuels was not a misogynist. A misogynist is one that hates women. In fact, let me look up the exact definition of misogynist. Misogynist. Let me look up the exact definition of what a misogynist is. They throwing this term around so much. Let's see. Okay. A person who dislikes, despises, or is strongly prejudiced against women. Strongly prejudiced against women. Dislikes, despise. Well, he definitely doesn't dislike or despise women, but the strongly prejudiced against women, But if that sticks, wouldn't he equally be strongly prejudiced against men? Right? Let's see something. If he's strongly uh uh if he's strongly prejudiced against women, wouldn't he be strongly prejudiced against men too, since he also has even more videos where he criticized men, where he critiqued men? Somebody help me out here, man. Let me go into the comments and see what y'all said. And that would be like you know what's the trip is that I have seen like Kevin was like the perfect type of person for some of these women out here who hate men, you know, specifically who hate black men. Some of these black women who hate black men who get on these shows and talk about black men, talk down about black men all the time. He was a perfect type of person because for them to attack, because these women are what they call them women, misandrist or something like that. Uh, and I think it's called misandry. If you hate men, yeah, I think that's the opposite of misogynist. Somebody give me a thumbs up if I got it right. Uh, no, I'm not. That's not the word I'm looking for. That's misandry. Okay, misandry. Let's see. Misandry. Not misandry. It's misandry.
Misandry.
Misandry. That's the word. Misandry is the word. Okay. In any event, man, you know, Kevin Samuels, if nothing else, uh, he was a polarizing person. And he got, you know, he got a lot of people, talking right now. Miss Mika, what's up, Miss Mika? Kevin Jones. See, the thing is, fam, like this, like, and like when it comes to like here's the thing, like this is what we have. We live in a double standard society. Some double standards benefit men, some double standards benefit women. You know, we can go down the list and y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so many double standards. You could talk about a man living in a house, a 30-year-old man living in a house with his mama. He ain't got to be 30, he could be 21. You live in a house with your mama. If you're 19 and you live with your mom and daddy, a woman be looking at you funny like, oh, what? What? You live with your mama? A woman can be 40 years old living with her parents and nobody bat an eye. You know, so boom, one check for the ladies. A man is expected to pick up the check when you go out to eat. Another check for the ladies. Women are expected to cook. Check for the man. Women are expected to clean. Check. Check for the man. For men. Women are expected to well, let me back up. Let me get past expected, but let me start off with women give birth. Big check for the men. Big check. Because I don't know any men that say, boy, I volunteer for that. I'd take that experience. Hell no, I won't. Hell, whatever y'all want, ladies. Hey, you got it. Y'all want giving birth. Hey, I'm with you. Shit. I ain't got no complaints. I don't want that job. Okay. So men are expected to not put their hands on women under any circumstance. Check for the women. Men are expected to mow the lawn. You know, take out the trash. Check for the women. Women are expected to look good, you know, like to have their nails done all the time, to be, you know, to have the nails done all the time, and, you know, to be presentable at all times, you know, be well groomed at all times. Check for the men. There's so many different biases and double standards that we have, that we live in this society. We have in this society. Women for years have called men dogs, and it's been like accepted, widely accepted, right? Men will even say, yeah, okay, we dogs, you know, whatever. And you hear men, you can go back to Oprah Winfrey, and you will hear so many shows where women will say all these bad things about men, and everybody just kind of chuckle. And men will be like, yeah, well, you know, and they sometimes men be in the audience and they just sit there and take it. Sometimes they be on the stage and they sit there and take it. Women would tell you straight up, I want a man that's tall. He got to have this amount of money, and he got to be this and this and this. And men are expected to live up to those expectations. And don't complain about it, because if you complain about it, you're a wuss. If you complain about it, you're weak. You know, if you complain about it, yeah, you must have a problem with it, because you don't add up. Okay, so women for years, centuries, can have public discourse about what they don't like about men and be very critical. But men can't do that. And if men do it, oh, he must be gay. Oh, you know, he hate women. You know, it's this, it's that, right? So when I heard Kevin doing it, I was like, oh, they finna get him. They gonna get him. So that's why I already knew. As soon as I saw him doing it, I was like, they're gonna come for him. They're coming for him. And the thing is this, I knew what he was doing. I knew what he was doing. And I was like, this dude don't hate women. He just got he got certain criterias and other men that he feel like other men also share certain values that other men share, and he's sharing these values and he's sharing these critiques, but he's gonna get assaulted for that, because that is a cardinal sin, to tell women, to be critical of women and tell them what you want. That's a cardinal sin, to be critical of women, like in a public forum. You can tell your woman directly, but getting on TV and getting on YouTube and all that's talking about women, like what you don't like and how these women don't add up, and why they're not qualified to be with you. Hey, you're gonna get in trouble for that. So when I saw him doing it, I was like, yeah, they're gonna get him for that. Not that he's necessarily is wrong. It's just that that's certain things that you don't do. So check for women. Because Kevin was the only dude in that lane who was actually, I believe, the type of dude that had a good look. He was educated, very articulate. I see a lot of them dudes that be on that be talking about women and critiquing women and stuff, they don't look like nothing anyway, and they're not really educated. They don't really know how to articulate the message. So women kind of just gloss right over them. Oh, they crusty ass nigga. Yeah. But then here comes Kevin, all smooth and debonair, charismatic. Women looking, and he's saying things and he putting it in pocket. And women going like, and he's making women question. He's making them question their actions. And they're going like, whoa. And that right there is the reason why right now, even in these comments, you have women that are attacking him right now. But like I said, fam, I love women for real. So just as I believe Kevin Samuels loved women for real, I love women for real. So I talk to women all the time, all kinds of women. And I've spoken to women who hate his guts. I mean, they hate his guts. I've also spoken to women who was like just curious at first about what he was saying. Oh, let me listen to what he's saying. Who is this Kevin Samuels dude? Let me listen. And they listen and they go back. Whoa. Had one just told me just this week, I actually turned her on to Kevin Samuels. And she said, and I told her how to, like when you listen to it, just listen and then tell me what you think. She's like, well, he got me feeling like I ain't shit. I said, that's not how you listen. Like, you cannot listen to people and have somebody opinion make you feel like you're worthless. That ain't what I was talking about. I'm talking like listen to it to see if there's anything that's in your life that you can change or you might be delusional about. So she come back and she go like, I get it. She's like, okay, he brought me back down to earth. See, this is the, nice looking chick who used to look nicer a few years ago, but she's getting older. And so she was like, yeah, because, like sometimes, we all have, certain expectations and we have these ideas about life and we're kind of delusional. I mean, think about sometimes a person might want to be a singer, but they can't put one note together, but they think they're going to be a professional singer and they're going to be able to make a living singing. And somebody got to bring them down to earth. Maybe they get brought down to earth by getting on that stage and getting booed off the stage and tomatoes thrown at them or something, perhaps. you know, they jump out there and they make a record and it go double wood. Maybe that's what brings them down to earth. So I personally believe, though, this is what I think about when it comes to relationships. I tell everybody, go for what you know. Like, I personally don't believe that. I personally believe that I deserve the best, the absolute best. And the absolute best ain't always what society think or society deems to be absolute best. Because there are some people out there who, while look good on the outside, they're rotten to the core. They're not worthy of me. There's some people out there who are just rotten to the core. They look beautiful on the outside, look like they got everything going on, everything straight, but they're rotten to the core. Therefore, they don't deserve me. So I do believe no matter what you look like, you should put yourself on a pedestal and say, I deserve the best, period. And if whatever your best is, whatever it is that you desire, I don't think that you should not reach for that. I don't think you should listen to somebody that does relationship advice, hear what they have to say, and then just say, all right, well, I guess I'll just settle. If you believe that you need to settle, then you settle. If you believe that you can achieve, then you achieve. You continue to go for it and, go for the best. And, if you end up by yourself, as long as you can live with that choice, as long as you can live with the choices you make, then I think that's okay. If you can live with your choices, I think you're okay. But I don't think that anybody should listen to somebody that's giving relationship advice and then tear themselves apart based on what that person said. If that person says something that can help you, you take it and you use it. But if you think that that person's words will affect you in a negative way, then you need to listen to somebody else, or you need to just stop listening, period. Like, it ain't nobody out there who give relationship advice can tell me I ain't worthy or the best. I don't care what they say. I don't care who they are. I don't care how many followers they got. You can't tell me I'm not handsome. You can't tell me I'm not smart. You can't tell me that I'm not worthy of the finest woman, the best woman. You can't tell me no shit like that. You could say it, but I ain't gonna listen to you. Me, I'm one of them type of dudes. I'll spend the rest of my life trying to prove you wrong. Teflon, what is that? Run? Teflon Run. All right. What's up, Teflon Run? KP, what up? Family, another thing too, family, I've heard a lot of women. I've heard actually, I probably heard at least as many misandrous women as I've heard misogynist men on social media. And those women don't get my views. Those women don't get my likes. I don't listen to them. They're toxic. I just don't listen to them. I don't have nothing to say to them. I'm not going to contribute to their views, their likes, none of that. I'm not a pain freak. I don't watch Fox News. I already know what they're going to say. Fox News is, well, all of the news channels are scripted, but Fox News has a special agenda to undermine the Black community. They have a special agenda. And they go against anything that could help Black people. They go against anything. Like, they see a Black person doing something, that's productive and they go. They be like that. The viewers on Fox, they watch Fox like that. They see somebody doing something black, and if you ain't cooning, if you ain't doing some step and fetch stuff, if you black and you ain't stepping and fetching, they not messing with you. So I don't watch Fox News. I'm not gonna give them. I know my view ain't nothing but one view out of millions, but I'm not watching. They won't get that one. I'm not watching it because the energy is too negative. The energy is negative. So I don't, to me, the energy is negative. So I don't watch Fox News. I already know what they're about. The people on Fox News who work there are toxic. So why would I put myself in that position? I'm not a pain freak. I don't watch it. I only subscribe to channels. I don't watch channels on YouTube with people that I don't like. So I only subscribe to channels of people that I like. You know, if I like their content. You know, I have several subscriptions. Maybe I got maybe I got to go back through my subscriptions and see who's saying what or whatever. Because sometimes people change their views, or sometimes you might check out a channel and you might watch one or two videos and you're like, oh, I like this person, and you start following, and you don't realize what kind of person that person really is. So, you know, got to kind of do a deep dive. See, I protect my energy as much as I can, even on Instagram. By the way, Instagram, somebody hacked my channel hacked my Instagram account. Man, there's about 10 accounts out there now, out there cloning and pretending to be me. So I'm not on Instagram right now. I was thinking about starting a whole new page, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'll start a new page. But anyway, I don't follow people who I don't like, who don't give me like good energy. I don't follow them type of people. You know, I don't want to see them on my timeline. I don't want to look at their face. You know, I don't want to hear nothing they got to say because I already know what they're saying. I already know what they're about. So I see somebody say CNN is Democrats' propaganda machine. You know, people in America are so damn predictable. They're so predictable. They think if you criticize the Democrats, you must be a Republican. Or if you criticize the Republicans, you must be a Democrat. You know, if you say something bad about Joe Biden, you must like Trump. You know, they just think it's either this or that. Like you can't have an opinion, like you can't be independent. Like you can't like dig somebody else. They think it's one thing or the other. This person, I said something critical about Fox News, and this person just automatically defaulted to criticizing CNN. Like I'm riding for CNN. I don't give a damn about CNN either. I don't watch none of it. I don't watch CNN. I used to, but I realize I don't even watch it. So if I see something from CNN, it's going to be a clip or something like that somebody send me or something. But I don't watch none of it because it's all propaganda. All of it is propaganda. The media in the United States has acted as a co-conspirator to destroy the Black man, woman, and child image in America from day one. They're all in cahoots. The media is in cahoots with the government to destroy our image. That's why I don't trust none of them. When you watch the news, notice how we didn't hear anything that was going on in these African countries where America has occupied and they're out there killing people, right? But they going over to Ukraine, and they're gonna rescue these people. They're gonna help them. They're sending aid to Ukraine, and we all now all of a sudden it's popping up on my phone, on my screen, on my computer screen, and all these websites that I visit on my social media. Fund, give to Ukraine, save Ukraine, Ukraine, you fuck Ukraine. You crazy. Ukraine don't give a damn about Willie D. Ukraine, ain't nobody in Ukraine give a damn about Willie D. Don't nobody in Ukraine give a damn about Black America. If they did, they would have brought some charges against the United States government for all this subjugation. The refusal to give us equality, protection under the law. Where the hell was Ukraine? Man, they better kick rocks. Where's the fund for Somalia? Where's that fund? Where's the fund? Where's the fund for Uganda? Where that fund at? All of a sudden, all over social media, all at the grocery store, save Ukraine, give to Ukraine, Ukraine. Man, fuck Ukraine. Yeah. What about Haiti, man? What about Haiti? Then they was in cahoots. Trump was in cahoots his entire presidency. He in cahoots with Russia president, with Putin the entire time. Man, these people playing games with people's lives. Now all of a sudden, they mad at Russia. Now they want to do something to Russia. Now it's time to remove Putin from office. And man, y'all don't see these plays? These plays been ran many, many times. We're going to get our enemy to attack our enemy. Get them out of the way, weaken them, then we'll go in and we'll smash the gas on them. We talk about America's involvement, and I know I'm switching gears here, but we're talking about America's involvement and we're talking about America's involvement in the war or whatever, not getting involved. But America's already involved. Let me tell you something, fam. If I have an enemy and you give my enemy weapons to use against me, that's war. You just declared war. You in it. You in it. Now imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Imagine if America had a problem with Ukraine and Russia was giving Ukraine weapons to fight America. How do you think that would go? Man, these people tricky, fam. They're tricky. Very, very tricky. See, that's what a big problem at, fam. That's the biggest problem. These people are so tricky that they got us messed up all in the head. They got us going at each other. They got Black men and women going at each other. Why these people like doing this and like, oh man, it's working perfectly. This is the real shit going on over here. Y'all over here bickering and shit about nothing. Let me tell you something, fam. Since we're talking about war, we can win a lot of wars. We have survived so much. We've survived every battle, every war that's ever been thrown our way. Everything that we've ever entered, we've survived everything. We're the most resilient people in the world. Period. Ain't nobody close. Nobody's close. Nobody even remotely close. Nobody as resilient. We can survive even more wars, and we will survive. One war we cannot survive is a gender war. We cannot survive a gender war, fam. This is why, I don't play that shit. I don't play into that game. I don't play it. See, a lot of dudes, if they get hurt by a woman and they hear another man saying something derogatory about women and they collectively about women, they just latch right on and they don't even understand the damage that has been done to them and the damage that they're doing to others. They don't even understand it. I get it. So you'll never hear me out here bashing Black women. Like you'll never hear no shit like that from me. Because I know we need each other. I get it. I get it. And I love, the company, the touch, I love how they sound, how they look. I mean, like, that would be very hypocritical of me to want affection from a Black woman, but not offer anything else. That would be very hypocritical. It just don't make sense to me. Some shit just don't make sense to me. So I wouldn't play that game. I don't play that game. You can't never get me to play that type of game. We need each other, and not just for sex. Some of y'all get horny, y'all want to have sex, but then that's it. It don't work like that. You got to be as intent. You got to be as intentional about the person that you in a relationship with or the people that you bring into your life. You got to be as intentional about that as you are about pursuing a career, pursuing that business opportunity. You know how serious you are about that business opportunity? About following that career goal, or about making sure you go to that party, be at that party, you're gonna be in that bad boy. That's how intentional you gotta be about relationships. And when you I'm talking about committed relationships, when you get into these relationships, and about nation building, you got to be that intent. You got to be intentional. Tyrone Young, what up? Uprise. If you're just not joining the broadcast, fam, Kevin Samuel's mother has confirmed his death. She released a statement saying that was a terrible thing for social media to put out. I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. This is in regard to social media, people on social media saying that her son was dead. She said she said she had to find out through social media. You know, first time she heard that her son was dead, she found out through social media. There's a woman, police say that there was a woman present at Kevin's apartment at the time of the incident. Allegedly, Kevin began complaining of chest pains. The woman asked if he needed assistance just before Kevin collapsed. She then dialed 911. Uh, the paramedics showed up, they performed CPR. Uh, Obviously, they were unsuccessful. Uh, they sent Kevin to a area hospital in Atlanta where he passed away. It's always kind of like strange, fam, like really strange when like you make like say for instance, if you recently talked to somebody or you even just watching somebody on a video, like I had just watched Kevin video earlier that morning. It was a video where he had several women popping in and out of the screens, and they were talking about what was the topic? Damn, what was that topic? The topic was something along the lines of, uh, I think, was it settling? I think it was something about settling, where these women were. Oh, it was about sharing a man. That's what it was about, sharing. And they had these different women popping in and out of screen, and they was basically talking about how uh, mainly the women, depending on what the age of the woman was, it was kind of like that was determining, what her position was. The older they were, it seemed like the more accepting they were of sharing their man, right, with other women. Like, this is a thing. Obviously, this is a thing, right? Apparently, this is a thing where women are considering sharing because there's supposedly not enough men on earth, and there's so many more women to men ratio. So women are having conversations about sharing a man. So I'm watching that. I was watching that, and this is after I had not watched him. What's crazy is that I had not watched him in months. I hadn't watched a Kevin Samuels video in months, and yesterday morning I woke up and it was on my timeline. I watched it, and then like just a few hours later, I got a text message about his passing. What's that? Dorky Durrell. What's up, Dork? Elder Michelle. What's up, Elder Michelle? Quentin Love. Rashonda Hayward. That's right. I failed to mention she was a nurse. The woman was a nurse. The woman that was with Kevin on the morning that he died, the woman who he had just met the day before, who spent the night at his house, who was there, who called 911, she was a nurse. And she failed to give him CPR. Eh, what do y'all think of that? What do you make of that, fam? Like, you're a nurse, right? And you could not administer CPR. Uh, mm, I don't know, fam. What's up, Darrell Wiggins? Brother Johns, what's up? Yeah, that's Nurse 101, huh? Queen Jet Black, Real Fireman, what's up? All right, fam, that's my time. Well, I've been on this thing for a whole hour and 5 minutes. I don't normally get on lives that long. But uh, this is not a normal occasion. Who is that? Taylor? Is it Taylor? We got there. Sucks. All those. Let me see if I can highlight that. Yeah. Big man says it sucks. All those that hate Kevin celebrating his death, but we're silent and didn't say nothing to him when he was alive. Kevin even did shows for any to call in who had a disagreement with him. Yeah. Yeah. Kenneth Banks says he was against dating nurses. How do you know that? Where did he say that? Give me something that says he was against dating nurses. And you know another thing too, fam. One thing that I did hear that he reiterated all the time. He said dating and having sex and and trying to be in a committed relationship and getting married and all that stuff is two different things. So yeah, there's guys who will have sex with a woman, but what does he want anything beyond that? And that's what his show was oftentimes about. It was like, like marriage, like serious committed relationships. That's what people were seeking. Also, he did say that he had put together several people who came through his program actually ended up getting married, finding their mate. I've had a few people that even commented, that was in the comments, talking about how they listened to what Kevin had to say and it made them get their act together. And now they're in a good, solid relationship. I saw both women and men commenting that. I mean, so does that count for anything, fam? I mean, does that count? All right, fam, that's my time. But coming up, I would say like maybe in another hour or so, we're gonna be talking about this uh, one of the shows that Kevin had, where he recently went viral for likening women of a certain age to leftovers. If you live to 35 and you're not married, are you a leftover? I'm gonna let y'all answer that question, fam, coming up in about an hour. Until then, fam, no more talk.